Today we're going to address the different types of fonts in PowerPoint. Okay, here's an example of using different fonts for different purposes. Please note each font provides a specific type of image to the viewer. For instance, let's look at Holiday Home. The squirrels and heart shape allows me to have a friendly, cuddly type. On the other hand, Harry Potter, the image of the font type here, kind of looks a little scary, okay? And then when we look at different types such as Snickers, it's very bold and elongated. Willy Wonka, which is a movie as well as a type of candy, shows us some fun, exciting. Walt Disney is a classic where it's pretty clear, but there's some loops in each one. So font types definitely provide an image. Another example is when you look here at bubblegum. Bubblegum actually looks like bubbles, so it kind of gives you the image of bubbles, therefore bubblegum. Burnt is very interesting how they did the font type in that the top is pretty black, but the bottom looks like it's burnt out. So fonts and font types really tell you a specific image that you're trying to convey. Here I included this picture because it basically takes words and adds it to a picture. So it says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So here it's interesting that different fonts kind of create an image with a picture. Typography is very big for Steve Jobs, who was the founder or co-founder with Steve Wozniak of Apple. And in his Stanford commencement speech, he talks about the role of typography and how it has shaped his conception of building Apple. Another thing I just want to show you, which we're really not going to address on how to do this, but here they take text or fonts in such a way to not only convey meaning through the text, but also using a picture. So you can see the red font and the black font and how it's two hands holding each other, and there's actually words that are being conveyed. Okay, let's practice and take a look. First, what I need to do is go up to the word insert. Here I click on insert, and what I need to do is click on text box. A standard default text box will be here. So we're going to do sample #1 font. So here I just type in whatever I want. I need to highlight the actual font, and here I need to go into the various different font types. The top part of the screen is very important. Here, when I click down, I'm able to see various different types of fonts. Here is actually the font type and the type number as far as making it bigger or making it smaller. Next, I have B for bold, I for italic, and then U for underline. And those are pretty standard. And then the next most essential component is here, the drop down, which actually creates colors for you. So once again, I need to make sure I highlight what I want to change. I'm going to do the drop down button, and I'm going to pick various ones. So here it changes the actual font size. All I need to go is down the drop down arrow. I'll go to 72, and of course I need to adjust whatever is according. Highlight it, I might go bold. I can actually change its color, go to more colors, and say let's do a blue color. And this is what we have right here. So that's really one example of how to change the fonts. Okay, let's do another example. First I need to click on another slide, and then click on insert and then text box. Just a friendly reminder that in order to change the fonts, you must make sure you're on the home tab key. This is very important because you won't be able to have these options. Okay, let's take a look at the font. So here I click the down arrow button, and I can actually change. You can see this being changed from one thing to another. So as I click on this, you can actually see the fonts changing into whichever ones you want. Now it's very important to select the font in which you're trying to convey a particular meaning. Okay? On most texts, this might be a little bit too busy. This might be a little too busy. So depending on what you're trying to convey, it's very vital to select the correct font type. For instance, this might be a good wedding invitation, but this may not be well done on a lesson for a student who is at risk or has learning disability. So here, once again, I can select whichever one I desire. I can bold it. I can increase the size. I can italicize it. I can underline it. And if I want to change the color, I can do that as well. Fonts are very important, and it's important to stress the need to select the perfect type for your presentation. In PowerPoint as well as Microsoft Word, there's something called WordArt, and by finding WordArt, you click on Insert and then the word WordArt. When you do this, you get various different colorization. Here is an outline in blue, an outline in red, an outline in gray. Here is actually a reflection, etc. So basically within the program, you're able to create a different kind of image. Let's take a look. If I want to write hello, what I do is Insert, WordArt. I click on this. It gives me a text box already. And I might just say, I have to erase this part, and then I can click on hello. I'm also able to highlight the whole thing, click on home, and then I can once again click on the size that I want. So here would be another example with a reflection. As you can tell, it's actually a dark blue and then highlighted by a light blue, and then there's a reflection on the bottom. Okay, let's review our practice section. First, here is sample number 1 font. Here's the sample number 2 font. And last but not least, using WordArt is sample 3. Hopefully this helps, and enjoy doing typography.